Hey everyone, it's been a while since our last video. A lot has been going on with Shadowcode in that time. And so in this video, I wanted to cover what we've been working on behind the scenes and what's new as of version 0.7.3. First off, I'm happy to announce we've added first class support for 4 new languages: Java, Python, Rust, and Golang. So now, for these languages, Shadowcode will be able to read your config files and automatically install dependencies for you. This brings our first class language support to a total of 7 languages. As always, we're constantly working to expand support to more and more languages. If you'd like to see support for your language, please do file an issue on our GitHub. Link is in the description below. Or even better, contribute with a pull request. We're always welcoming PRs for editor and language support. We also now have a single system and user prompt for all languages. These prompts include placeholder for the language name and the name of the config file. They will be replaced with the actual values at runtime. But what this does is it greatly simplifies the prompt building logic in Shadowcode and makes it easier for us to support more languages faster. But that's not the biggest change we've made with language support. As of version 0.7, we've introduced language skills. As the name suggests, these are custom skills or instructions that you, the user, can give to the extensions prompt to more deterministically convert your shadowcode, which means that you can now conveniently extend your language syntax yourself. So to create a language skill, start by making a .skills subfolder inside your .shadows directory. In that folder, create a markdown file with the naming scheme language.md. Make sure that the name of the language is in all caps. Here you can see I've created a typescript.md file for my project, and in this file there are custom instructions on how to process my shadowcode. I'll show you how they work out in the upcoming section. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the changes we've made to adding context in shadowcode. First of all, the import function has now been renamed to the context function, and appropriately so. This is to clarify exactly what the function does and also prevent clashes with native import statements in the shadowcode, especially for languages such as Go, which has a similar syntax for its import statements. Last but not least, we've removed the constraints on what the context function can reference. Earlier, you could only add code files with the same extension as your working file. So TypeScript shadowcode could only add TypeScript files as context, and so on and so forth. But that's no longer the case. You can now add files of any type from anywhere in your workspace. To show you an example, I have this Node TypeScript project that I'm working on here, and I want to build some DOM elements dynamically. But I want shadowcode to pick up the styles for my elements from my style sheet. And with the new context function, I can do exactly that. So here I'm referencing my styles.css file. Let's give this to the AI to generate. And we'll select the model. And as you can see, Shadowcode has accurately picked up all my class names and created my elements just as I'd want them. You will also see that he managed to pick up the correct instructions from my typescript.md skill file. Okay, so that was all the updates for Shadowcode version 0.7.3. We're continuously working on bringing more languages and editors into the fold. We're currently looking into support for NeoVim, and if I'm not wrong, there's an issue requesting support for the Z editor as well. So if anyone wants to contribute, we're welcoming PRs of all kinds. Again, Shadowcode is free to install for VS Code and Cursor on the respective marketplaces. I recently saw that Shadowcode crossed 1,000 installs on the OpenVSX marketplace. That's probably the folks from Cursor. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much for trying out Shadowcode. As always, feel free to leave any questions and feedback in the comments below. I want to hear more from you guys. What was your experience trying out Shadowcode? What do you want to see next? Let me know. Catch you later.